Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing an 8-4 Dragons of Tarkir Fate Reforged draft. We opened Sidisi. It's very good. Excellent first pick. Really amazing card, actually, if you think about it. Black is supposed to have like the least cost-efficient creatures, and this one's a 5-mana 4/6 Death Touch with more, with a exploit demonic tutor ability built in. So just an insane card. Next closest pick is probably a Tarka Efreet or Inox Survivalist. Some people don't like the Survivalist as much as I do, but I love Survivalist. It's a great card. Very, very good, unexpected card. But yes, CDC not very close. Okay, follow-up pick. Well, staying on color, I could take Hand of Silumgar, which is fine, actually. I like the card. Strongest card in the pack is probably Sandcrafter Mage. So I'm fine taking a hand here. I mean, I could take the Evolving Wilds, too, which is fine. You always play it, but I'm pretty sure I've always played Hand of Silumgar, too. I don't think I've ever played black and not ran Hand of Silumgar. And like I said, there's really nothing else in here that's worthy of, jumping into a second color for, like Sandcrafter Mage. So I'd rather just keep on color with Sidisi and take the Hand of Silumgar. Alright, choices now. So the strongest card in the pack is probably Stampeding Elkherd. And on color, we have Dutiful Attendant and Self-Inflicted Wound, both of which are fine. Stampeding Elkherd is pretty good. I could just take it. Green is typically open. Dutiful Attendant is certainly good with Exploit. I just don't like taking it third pick because it's kind of an underwhelming card in general. And Self-Inflicted Wound is probably a pretty excellent sideboard card. Although I can see some spots where it's not as good as like Rending Volley and the attacker, blocker, black or red, make them sacrifice and gain life or whatever it's called. I think I'm going to go Stampeding Elkherd. The cards I'm giving up for it, I don't think I care about that much. Okay, so we've got some green picks to reward us here. We have Deadly Wanderings, but the card's too hard to make work. I think I'm looking at Segmented Croteak, Salt Road Ambusher, or Colossadon Yearling. Ambusher's only been okay for me. I almost want to say I like Segmented Croteak more, but it might be an Ambusher pick, I guess. Still early enough, I could end up with quite a few Morph guys that maybe get better with him. Maybe just take the Colossadon Yearling because it's a good, little brick wall to sit up against, but I think I'll take Ambusher. It's not a very exciting pick, but there's really nothing in here that's like crazy strong anyway. Interceptor is probably the best card. Guess I could take Interceptor, but I'm going to take Ambusher. Interesting. So we've got some good blue picks here. We've got Artillerist, which is fine in green. It works well with Stampeding Elkherd. I mean, in blue, there's certainly some decent ones in here. In black, we have Skirmisher and Reckless Imp, both of which are pretty lackluster. Living Lore, I mean, is fine if you have a bunch of removal, which you could in black. I'm fine taking Artillerist here. It's not very exciting, but this pack isn't very exciting. So I guess I'll take it. Alright, wow. Well, 6th pick, Silumgar Sorcerer. That may be the sign I'm looking for. I mean, there were some blue picks in that last pack, but they weren't nearly as strong as Silumgar Sorcerer. I mean, 6th pick, that might be the sign I need for blue. There's also a Butcher's Glee in here and a Herd Chaser Dragon in the green plan, but at this point, if Silumgar Sorcerer is getting past 6th pick, I think I'm just taking it. And we're ready to move into blue. Alright, I'll take an Interceptor here, which is also fine. Alright. It looks as though black might be getting cut. I sure hope I don't end up blue-green. But it is possible. So there's a Custodian here. I think we'll take the Lore Master. It's not a terribly exciting card, but it's certainly playable. Alright, so now we're tabling some black stuff. I'd like to make Sidisi work. So I'm going to take Dutiful Attendant here, since it's a pretty good exploit card. I guess I'll take a second Lore Master. Mystic Meditation, sure. I'm going to take Vile here. Mind Rot's fine, and Nemesis is not very good, but Vile is at least playable. Alright, Living Lore will take it. So, I guess, as of now, solely based on that Silumgar Sorcerer 6th pick, I'm pretty much just going to try and maneuver my way into a blue-black deck. Only because I just don't really have a lot of faith in blue-green. And I have Sidisi, which I do want to play. If I can. Double Lore Master with just hardly any cards to bring back with it. Jeez, Sunscorch Regent's a bomb. Ruthless Deathfang is pretty good for what I want to do too, though. There's also Ojutai's Summons, and Silumgar's Spell Eater, and Sidisi's Faithful, all of which are good. I mean, Sunscorch Regent, far and away the strongest card. White didn't seem terribly open, which means if I'm picking a Regent here, what, I'm ducking out of black to go into blue-white? I don't know if I like that. I think I'm just going to take the Deathfang, which is definitely a strong card. And, I mean, it's made for blue-black. You exploit stuff, and suddenly they're starting to have to sacrifice their guys. All right, Deathfang it is. So at this point, I want to lower my curve a little bit, if at all possible. All right, we have Coat with Venom, Silumgar Butcher, Updraft Elemental. Maybe I just take the Bell Toll Dragon because it's pretty good. It's not insane, but it's one of the better of that cycle because it's got hexproof. Otherwise, Updraft Elemental is more of a little time buyer, which is nice too. But I don't mind taking another dragon. Coat with Venom might be the best, but I don't know how good it is in this deck yet. I guess I can bring it back with Lore Master. Might be a reason to take it. How am I on finishers already? I've got some pretty beefy ones. I could take Coat with Venom. I mean, it's a solid card. You're never really unhappy to be in black and have a Coat with Venom. I guess I'll take it. Alright, Damnable Pact is a way to just straight up kill somebody. Pretty tempted to take this Palace Familiar, though, with Sidisi and Silumgar Sorcerer. Palace Familiar is like the backbone to a good blue-black deck, whereas Damnable Pact is a cool card, and it can kill your opponent straight out, but I think our deck actually needs a Palace Familiar. So I'm going to take it. Alright, Dragonloft Idol, currently only rocking one. I'm fine taking Anticipate here, actually. It's a pretty awesome card. Lets you dig up what you need. Otherwise, Custodian, again, but not really feeling it. Lore Master bringing back Anticipate's not the best. Ojutai's Breath is something I can consider, but I still think this deck would prefer to have Anticipate. Alright, I've played Blessed Reincarnation. It's actually not that bad. It's playable. It's okay. I think I'd rather have a Shambling Goblin in this spot. Our deck needs early protection really bad, and Shambling Goblin's a really nice way to stave off, you know, Dromoka Warriors and early threats that are a big deal. So I think I'm just going to take the Goblin here. Alright, Palace Familiar number 2 is a very welcome sight, and I'm happy to pick it up. Very good. Alright, Silumgar Spell Eater is actually sweet. I really like this card a lot. I mean, obviously, 5 mana leak that's a 3/4 creature, but it happens to interact really well with any of your other instant speed spells. In our case, I guess just an Anticipate. Yeah, it just occurred to me our deck is pretty short on removal at the moment, so I'm going to have to prioritize that pretty highly. All right, here's a Butcher's Glee again. Carsey Deceiver actually seems playable in this deck, as weird as that is. Makes this and our Lore Masters and our Interceptor cheaper? Otherwise, Shambling Goblin number 2 seems a bit more appealing to me. Just because, like I said, I really want some early protection. And this would let me focus on some removal out of Fate Reforged. Carsey Deceiver seems interesting, but I'm going to take the Goblin. Alright, Spell Eater number 2 is still a welcome sight. I guess that would have made the Deceiver a better pick, but that's okay. Updraft Elemental seems actually pretty good for our deck. It's a nice little hold down the fort dude. Alright, well, we're looking okay. Black is definitely getting cut, but like the black cards we have, I'm happy with. Sidisi and Ruthless Deathfang being the most important ones, but so yeah, our deck basically just needs some removal spells like Self-Inflicted Wound, for example, to be good. I will main deck it for now. It's a really nice wheel, actually. All right, Ojutai's Breath is also a nice wheel. I'm going to take it, and I think we want to play it, despite it being a better card for Tempo decks. Just being able to bring it back with the Lore Masters is kind of nice. Lore Master can bring back Violet Dragonfire, too, not to be overlooked. All right, we'll take a Sadist. Not super likely I play it, but that's okay. All right, well, good news is we have a deck going to pack 3. Bad news is we are very removal light, so like I said, we really have to prioritize removal highly out of this pack, if possible. All right, wow. Well, there's a Whisk Away, but we also have... How many Exploit Guys did we actually end up getting? I think we didn't get as many as I'd hoped. Basically just Sidisi and Silumgar Sorcerer? All right, that is in fact a little bit light on the Exploit, which makes the Sage and the Emissary not as exciting. We actually ended up with enough fodder to exploit away. So maybe just take the Whisk Away. Could take Mind Scour Dragon. I think I said I prioritize removal highly, so why don't we just take the Whisk Away? Whisk Away's not quite removal, though. It's more of a tempo card. Or it's better in tempo. It certainly can function well as removal, but it's not exactly what you want it to be, but our removal is just so lacking right now. I'm going to start to take out things I prefer to not main deck, just so I can see what I need. Like, I would prefer to sideboard that, and this, and the Sadist. Did I just... Oh, I took the Whisk Away. I didn't realize I ran out of time. Jeez. All right, picks now. Second Whisk Away, another Jeskai Sage. I'm fine taking Whisk Aways. I mean, they at least work with our Lore Masters. There is a Frostwalker, which is, you know, it's playable. It's not terribly exciting. Not for our deck. I think I'm going to take Whisk Away. There's another Emissary, too, which is fine, but I'm going to take the Whisk Aways. I want removal. Okay, Carsey High Priest does actually have some interactions with our, you know, graveyard value guys. Right into Being might be just something I want. Makes your card quality a little bit better. Yeah, I probably take Right into Being. There's Shifting Loyalties too. I don't have great things to trade away though. So I think we're just going to take Right into Being here. Alright, Lotus Path Djinn seems pretty good. We do have a Hewdstone Retainer, which seems like something we could realistically play, but I think I'm just going to take the Lotus Path Djinn. It's just good. You're never unhappy to have it, so let's take it. Alright, Orc Sure-Shot is just a fantastic card, so I'm actually really happy to take that. I think we're probably just going to cut Living Lore at this point. It's just an underwhelming card. I'd rather play the Lore Masters and actually like get a 3/2 body for 4 mana guaranteed rather than the potentially does nothing factor of Living Lore. But Orc Sure Shot, definitely something our deck wants. Alright, Hooded Assassin's usually pretty unexciting. I think actually Enhanced Awareness might have a place in this deck. Currently our card draw is Anticipate, which really isn't card draw. These guys when they die, which really isn't card draw either. And a Sidisi, which is not card draw when you factor exploiting. So I don't think our deck has any card draw. We had the Mystic Meditation, but I'm fine actually playing Enhanced Awareness. It plays really well alongside your these guys, the Spell Eaters. So I get the choice of countering a spell or drawing 3 cards and discarding. And I'm not giving up anything else I care about, so okay. Alright, here I think I'm just going to hate a Wandering Champ because it's a high pressure card. Nothing else in here I care about. Goblin Boom Keg. I never play it, and I think it might actually be a playable card. Could play the Grave Strength. I don't think I likely want that either. Just doesn't really strike me as a... It's tough to make a Grave Strength deck work. I think I'm going to take the Boom Keg. Might actually consider playing it. Alright, Tabled Mind Scour Dragon is actually really nice. I think I might actually play the Mind Scour Dragon. I got to consider that. Alright, Temporal Trespass. Can I play it? I mean, I want to take it. I think it's going to be a pretty difficult card to play. It's not even that it's too color intensive. It's just, I don't know if I'm going to fill my graveyard fast enough. I don't care about any of these other cards though, so alright. Alright, Skullkeeper might just be, I don't know if it's good enough. I mean, it does feed the Delve, but I don't think Temporal Trespass is actually going to make it. Could take Thornwood Falls for splashing nothing. I think I'm going to take the Shifting Loyalties, which has some sideboard play. Alright, actually, Hewstone Retainer tabling is something I may be actually considering now. Disdain for sideboard, sure. So we've got a deck and we've got some cuts to make. I guess I probably don't do the Boom Keg. Alright, so we need to make 3 cuts. I think I'm going to cut one of the Lore Masters. And I'm going to actually try and make this Hewstone Retainer work. I've played it before, I like it. Let's cut one of our Lore Masters, like I said. I think 1 is enough. We don't have insane spells to return. We've got a few. If we separate it out, there are at least a few spells we can return. But they're expensive, and I feel like we have enough sort of late game at this point. Need to make 2 more cuts? Kind of want to keep all of my non-creature spells. Maybe I don't need the Dutiful Attendant. I've got enough fodder for Sidisi where I don't think Dutiful Attendant's going to be necessary. It's not bad, it's just not very good. Like, if I had a bunch of exploit, I'd really want the Dutiful Attendant, but considering I have 2 exploits, it's like a lot less good to me. I think I'm going to cut an Attendant. Right into being... So I need 1 more cut. How realistically can I play Hewstone Retainer for 4 and 5 mana? I think kind of realistically. I mean, we have, what? 7 spells that are 2 or less. It's not bad. I'm a little bit finisher light. I guess not that finisher light. A little bit. 4/4 body is pretty nice, though. Certainly better than a 2/2 body. But right into being can be good. I like all these counter spells, though. Got the Sorcerer and double Spell Eater. It's kind of good. I guess Mind Scour Dragon, you can technically target yourself for Temporal Trespass use, but that's too cute, too clunky. An extra turn doesn't even seem like it does us all that good. I mean, extra turn is always good, but doesn't seem that insane for us. I think I want to keep the Updraft Elemental, but that might be the one. That might be the weakest card here. I kind of like Right Into Being. I think it can be very important, especially in a deck like this that really needs to find important cards. I think I'm going to cut the Updraft Elemental. Does hold down the fort reasonably well, but overall, I think it's unexciting. I think this is a 17 land deck. We top out at 6 with 2 spells. We have 2 5-mana spells, and then the rest is... I guess these are technically like 5 mana, kind of. But... And this is like 6 mana, right? Well... Maybe. I think this is fine. Alright, so not the most insane deck I've ever drafted. Our removal is a little bit lackluster, a little bit light. But this deck seems okay. I've drafted better, I've drafted worse. 11-6. I don't like that. 10-7? Oh, but I need black on turn 1. I think I'm going 9-8. 9-8 is typically what you want anyway in 2-color decks. And all of our early game is... All of our first turn stuff is black, so I want to make sure I can hit that. Yeah, this deck's okay. Certainly not the best, certainly not the worst. I sort of just moved into blue after the 5th or 6th pick, Silumgar Sorcerer. That one turned out to pan out well for us. The black was certainly getting cut. So staying in black just to play with blue rather than staying in green, maybe it was a mistake, but I don't have faith in green-blue. I don't like it. I don't like the look of it. It doesn't seem like a color combination that gives you enough rewards besides like Ethereal Ambush, which is not up to snuff in terms of, you know, its counterparts like Warflare and Grim Contest and Cunning Strike. And the one I'm forgetting that's probably the best one. Whatever. It'll come to me eventually. But I think you get the point. All right, so we'll see how this deck does. All right. I'll see you round 1.